And I'm happy we've had this conversation, but I feel like it needs to be had.
I also don't want you to think that I've just kind of used you in this little game of me and Ronnie, because I've not.
I feel deflated, to be honest. I obviously had a feeling things weren't going in the right direction that I wanted it to. And yeah, it's just a bit long.
Listen, you cannot trick me. You cannot trick me. Have some shame and have some class. You know when I'm in grey, what it means. My shoulders are looking broad because the workout in the gym is working. Look, I'm working hard, but Jess is working freaking harder, bro. Okay, all right? Jess knows exactly what she's doing. Use that boy, Sean. Okay, use that boy, Sean. Have some shame, have some class. You know exactly what you did, Jess. Okay? And you here deflecting, being a bully, once again, everything got... And what I don't like about the girls, and I really do feel sorry for Harriet. Harriet is giving in school where you're trying to be friends with the girls and they don't like you. No matter what you do, you always get the blame. Because in this scenario, in this situation with Jess and Sean's situation, Harriet was the only one that voiced out what everyone was actually saying. Right? Samantha was kind of saying it, right? Nicole was kind of saying it, but everybody was like, no, why are you sugar Jess for? Is she gonna bang you or something? Is Jess gonna bang you? Is Jess gonna beat you up? Like, why are you not so scared of telling her the truth? That in reality, it felt like she was using Sean, right? This is somebody who said, oh, Sean, you're the kind of guy I can bring to my mum. But then tell Will early on in the show that actually, you know what, really and truly, you need that sexual energy, and you don't get that from Sean. And what you really need, okay, is somebody who you can actually have a sexual conversation with a little bit, you know, and that little tete-a-tete, which I'm not mad at, okay? All right, I just want you to be honest about it. Put me in my place, he said she wanted. But I wanted to be honest, because it feels like Harriet's getting the brunt of a lot of her issues, and you're deflecting from the reality of the situation, which is, Jess, you orchestrate your own madness. If Ronnie don't want you, ain't nothing to do with no one else. It's Ronnie. And you got to deal with that. But it feels like every single time you're being on Harriet's neck. And I'm sick and tired of seeing it. Okay? Maybe because, you know, some of us have, you know, not necessarily been bullied, but we fight for those who are underdogs. And so when you see people that are underdogs in a situation, it frustrates you. It's like, don't do that to that person, man. Like, someone stand up for Harriet and talk on her behalf. But Sam and Nicole pretty much threw her underneath the bus. Because they've all had their run-ins with Jess. Nicole hasn't it, as well, right? Meanwhile, Samantha's out here doing buddy-buddy with Harriet later on because she ain't got no one else to actually be friends with, right? Because, of course, the situation with Joey, right, it's down the drain, mate. We're going to talk about Joey in a second or two, right? So for me personally, I need Jess to stop being a hater. I'm sick and tired of it, okay, all right? You want to go after Will, go after Will. You want to go after Ronnie, go after Ronnie, right? But don't put the blame and deflect from the actual truth that you are a bit of a bully, the way you behave a little bit, and let me say a bully. You're bullying, and also you got that hater vibe, and I need you to stop that, okay, all right? We need to stop that, all right? Kill that off right there. Have some shame, have some class about yourself. You understand to you? Have some shame and have some class about yourself. You understand what I'm saying to you? All right, cool. Let's also talk about the fact that Ronnie's situation. Ronnie is freaking disrespectful. I told you this, guys, already about Ronnie. I said Ronnie is only full of sexual energy. Ronnie only cares about sex. Ronnie does not care about anything else. There's nothing that Ronnie wants from any woman except from the fact that he wants her panties to be down, and that's it. That's all Ronnie cares about. Ronnie has no interest in actually a relationship. Every single one, I think she could be the one. I think this one could be the one. She ain't the one. You just want to have sex, bro. Okay?
Counting like 8-9 seconds.
Who did?
That's what they got to, 7 seconds counting.
It's quite a long time, isn't it?
Oh, have you got longer than that?
Sorry, it's a bit too fast there. Now, he ended up kissing her. And you know that Ronnie does something really interesting? He asks you what rate the kiss out of 10. It's really weird. I don't know. It's just, why does he always do that? Like, is that an ego boost for him? That makes him feel, you know, secure about, I mean, how good the kiss was? Or maybe he wants to improve. Who knows? Maybe he's got a maturity about him. He wants to improve his kissing style and always wants to know where he is so that he can always change it as well. Maybe that's the case. And I need to be open to that as well. But my thing is this. Ronnie, there's no loyalty of Ronnie. The disrespect that he showed Harriet by saying to the other woman, like, you know, I really enjoyed the kiss. Meanwhile, you're coupled up with Harriet. That was bad mind. That was bad mind, and that was disrespectful. You could have had a conversation with Tiffany or whatever her name is in private. You didn't need to have this conversation right in front of Harriet. It was disrespectful. It was too much. But that's Ronnie for you. Ronnie don't give a heck. It's why I keep telling you about guys about his body language. If you watch my other shows, he has to have some shame and some class about himself, and he doesn't have shame. He doesn't have class, and that's the problem. Right? A brother like him doesn't have no shame, no class, but his body language always tells the story. If you watch this is about the only positive body language you have, him on his absolute belly like a snake.
No, probably.
Let me try it.
But meanwhile, most times the guy, if you ever watch him carefully, his left leg, the left leg, because usually he sits on the left hand, he sits on the right hand side. His left leg usually is blocking the other party, right? It's usually over. He's usually crossing his leg over. That to me tells me how comfortable he really is and how open he really is to the actual opportunity of relationship. That guy's not open. Okay, he's here to play. He's here to mess around. He's here to do madness. Okay. Have some shame, Ronnie, and have some class. You're disrespectful, and I need you to change. Okay, thank you very much. All right, cool. Let's shift it on. Let's talk about, obviously, Umar, because Umar has shown us, and I told you guys, Umar, she likes the Caucasoids. I'm not mad at it. I think it's great, all right? But let's not pretend that you really wanted Ayo. That's what I told you. She didn't really want Ayo. She wanted the power over Ayo. She didn't really want to be Mimi's friend. She just wanted to make sure that she knew who her enemies were. Because I never seen Umar this happy. Mercies of God. Umar is smiling from gin to gin. I'd never seen Umar this happy. I mean, Umar was sitting at the table at breakfast like she hadn't had breakfast in a long time. Talking about how, excited they were. And that's when I knew. I said, Umar didn't really want Ayo. That's why he clocked it. Right? Now, of course, Ayo was playing around too, so we don't go into why the fact that he was messing around. But, honestly, Umar was so ecstatic that she had a man in a situation, Will, and I said, oh, no, this girl, she's very, very happy about the situation. Look at her on her belly. When have you seen Umar on her belly before? When have you seen Umar on her belly?
Chilled, relaxed.
You don't see Umar on her belly with anybody. You see her on her back all the time. Or she's sitting up. When have you seen her on her belly? Please tell me, remember, go back through the last episode, 14 of them. I've not seen her on her belly. Maybe I'm wrong. But when the ones I've been watching, she's not been on her belly. This is the first time I've seen her on her belly. Because this is the actual guy that she actually likes, Will. Okay? He got the black flair about him, but he white. Hey. You know what I'm saying to you? Right? This is the kind of one that she likes. Okay? She got a type. I'm not mad at it. Just want to make it very obvious. Because I never ever saw that behavior with Ayo. Ever. She was always on her back, always sitting up, never on her belly. That's a comfy position right there. Very comfy. Okay? All right? Now, I don't nothing wrong with that. I think Will obviously was very open to all of the possibilities, but he did say Uma was class. She was mint. He liked her. He thinks she was the kind of girl that he actually wanted to get with. She's a beautiful girl. And Uma is a beautiful woman. I'm not going to be mad at it. You know what I'm saying to you? I just wanted her to be honest. She didn't really like Ayo like that. You know what I'm saying to you? Now we talk about Joey and Samantha. Now, Joey's a goddamn liar. Okay? Joey is a hardcore liar. Okay? Before I get to him, let's talk about Nicole. And I'm tired of seeing a certain demographics tears whenever they have a conversation. If you feel like you did something wrong, just have the conversation. Why is it that the tears have to come out when we have to explain something rather than just saying, you know what? It wasn't meant to be that way. The tears are a way of manipulating people into a way of sympathy and empathy. Look at this. Let's have a look at this. Look.
I think everything's just too much sweet.
Come here.
Oh, get the frick out of here. Come on. Explain yourself and be moving. Nicole, you kissed somebody else in a challenge, okay? He felt some type of way about it. Let's have a conversation. Move. Everyone's making me feel bad. Well, baby, maybe you shouldn't have kissed that guy the way you kissed him. But then again, I'm not going to be mad at it because it's a game, right? And like I said, some games you actually have to choose. Now, he kissed somebody on the cheek. Yeah, I can see the difference. Now, all that needs to happen now is Kieran has a conversation with her, say, look, in future, look, that's how I want you to handle it, right? You know what I mean? Why is my thing leaning to the side, bro? My cat leaning like that, bro. Leaning like Neo. Do-do-do. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Stop. Anyway, listen, just have a conversation about it. Why do we have to go to the tears as a way of almost manipulating the person into feeling sorry for you and making them want to see your side of things? Just explain yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? Because nothing gets really solved when then people end up crying. Nothing ever gets solved. It's just long. You know what I mean? All right, let's talk about Joey and Samantha because, you know, we rarely saw Ayo and Mimi, to be honest. Poor Omar left in the dark as well because people got chosen, went into that little secret house thing, political. But let's talk about Joey and Samantha because let me tell you this now. Samantha taking herself to the bed. I know a lot of people want to defend Samantha, but she's been acting like this from the beginning. I'm sorry, but you've been closing up the space between yourself and Joey too much. Like you're acting scary. I can't lie to you. I have to be honest with that part. That it's giving a little bit scary, and I'll tell you why. Because like it feels like in every scenario she always overacts no matter what happens. Now, maybe she's overreacting because she's sensing that she knew that Joey was not fully convinced. Like she said to herself, for the last 2 weeks, it feels like Joey's not been there. Okay, cool. But we never heard you have that conversation before until now. We never really had that conversation until now. I think you mentioned it briefly a couple of episodes ago about him not being touchy-feely, and he lied about that. Let's be honest, he lied. He's a liar. Yeah, and he's a liar because he could have been honest about it. He didn't want to. He wants to keep his place on the show. He's a liar. I won't lie to you on that one, right? But this conversation was important.
Such a bigger thing than it is. We just played a game in the garden. That's all it was.
I just want to back off now because I know that you and her have got something good.
She told me when you said that you wasn't bothered at all.
I'm not.
You tell everyone you're not bothered and you come sleep on a baby.
Yeah, I can't lie to you. Yeah, that's nuts. You can't say that you're not bothered and then be on a day bed. Because it's not like she's gonna sleep in your bed. You can't say you're not bothered and be sleeping on a day bed, babe. I need your actions and words to match, okay? Like outwardly, you're telling us one thing, but inwardly you feel some type of way. There's a conflict. Just be honest and true. I feel insecure at this moment, and I'm gonna be honest with you because I know that old girl, you and her got something going on in the past, and I'm scared you're gonna rekindle things. I'm learning to really be vocal about how you feel, but it's scary because being vulnerable. It's scary, telling people what you really feel, because most of us have been rejected or abandoned when we told our real feelings, or we never had the opportunity to share those things. So we never felt safe sharing how we really feel. The reality of the situation is she needs to share how she really feels. How does she really feel? I'm insecure at this moment. I feel unsure of our relationship because I've noticed the last 2 weeks that, you know what, you've been quite distant. At least that's how it feels like to me. Sorry. It feels like you've been distant for the last 2 weeks. We haven't really hugged, touched, kissed. You kissed her in a way that you never kissed me before, or at least it felt like that. You know what I mean? And to be honest, that's a fact because they ain't kissed her. And now I want to sleep on a day bed because I want to give you a bit of space, because I want to be able to actually process my emotions and my thought processes, because I'm aware that that's your ex, and I'm aware I can see how you look at her. It feels like you still have feelings for her personally. So for me, I just need to process some things. Give me a few hours. Let me sleep out here today. Tomorrow we'll reconvene. We'll talk. But right now I need to process what's going on. That's mature communication, which takes time because a lot of us are afraid of communicating like that, right? Now, Joey, I understood why Joey was vexed. It's like, bruv, come on, man. You reacted wild in everything. In the games, in the previous games beforehand. You keep talking about Joey Essex, I'm this and that. You treat me like a celebrity and I'm not a normal person. I get it. After a while, you don't want to be treated like a normal. You want to be treated like a normal person. You don't want to be treated like you're a celebrity. You want to be treated like a normal person, and you're acting like a fan. And I don't want you to act like a fan. I want to be loved. I want to be cared for. Stop treating me like a fan, like you're a fan. And that's how she sometimes acts. And when that happens, that's not really an equal footing. It's not attractive. You know what I mean? To a lot of people, it's not. There's someone out there for that, but he don't want that. Yeah. She's quite volatile in her emotions, and I think that's why he probably did what he did. Now, him going to kiss Grace, yeah, you end up proving her point, my guy. You ended up proving her point, my guy. By kissing Grace without talking to her. This brother said he's not touchy-feely, This brother said he's not touchy-feely at all. And look what he's doing. He's a bastard and he's a liar. Have some shame, have some class about yourself, Joey. Okay? Are you really from Essex? Because I've got to question everything now. Yeah? Liars. We've got to question liars completely. Are you really from Essex? I got to question it now, brother. You know what I'm saying to you? Because this is wild. I can't lie to you. This was wild. You kissing up Grace up in there. Have some shame, have some class. Look, tomorrow night we'll have some body language stuff for you guys as well, because you know what, it's crazy in the dunya. But until then, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. It's your favorite dating and relationship coach. If you need some coaching as well, maybe you're in a relationship scenario dilemma, maybe you got an issue right now, then you got to reach out to me. Okay, all right, my diary's full up until July, but doesn't matter, sign yourself up, because by the time you wait again, it'll be full up in August. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys. See you, see you again.